Want to see some more bucking horses? Everybody say yeah. Let's go to them, shoot for. Let's do it.
Capturing the action of an 8-second ride is a tough assignment by any standard.
There seems to be one opportune moment in which you take the shot.
But Mia LaRocque isn't just any rodeo photographer.
Go, go! Come on. Actually, when I was 21, I think it was, I asked Mom to teach me how to shoot a camera.
And we get set to go to an Idaho cowboy chase. Erickson.
Mia comes with a pedigree.
She's got her own way of looking at stuff, and when you come to it's a creative process, no two people are going to have the same creative process.
Hey, run!
She is Mia's mother, the legendary rodeo photographer Louise Serpa.
She's difficult.
Because she expects
Perfection.
In fact, Mia thinks it may be
impossible to follow in her footsteps.
But Mom is having none of that.
So I'm proud of her because she's so darn good in her own right.
Oh, he's not going to be moving well tomorrow.
How are you? Good to see you.
Good seeing you.
Good to be here.
Serpa can't walk 10 feet at the Tucson Rodeo without bumping into someone she knows.
I'm all right. I'm a little weak in the knees, but...
And at times as wobbly as a newborn colt.
I think maybe we ought to get this whole thing settled right now. There you go.
Cowgirls may not cry, but they do get sick, and Serpa is in the fight of her life.
They ran some tests, and they did the scope at St. Joe's, and he came in and sat on the side of the bed, and he said, "It's cancer." Can I say what I said? I said, "Oh, shit."
How are you?
Serpa is not one to mince words, and she can't say enough about the care she's received at the U of A Cancer Center.
I was panicked when I went in there the first time because, number one, cancer was all new to me. Number two, I certainly had never had any kind of, chemo, and I didn't know what was involved. And they make it so easy and take all the bugaboos out as much as you can. And yes, some of it hurts, but beats dying all to hell.
So, in the meantime, she does what she loves.
I will get to the arena lots of days, and this has been in the last 15 years, so tired when I get there. I think, oh my gosh, I can't do this for, another week. And by the time I'm halfway through the rodeo, the adrenaline is kicked in and I'm a whole different person. And I leave feeling energized.
How are you? It's good to see you. Good, good.
Serpa had to fight hard to get into the arena. Born into an Eastern blue blood family and educated at Vassar, she knew at an early age she was destined to end up out west.
When I was 9 years old, I came out with my mother to get her divorce from my father. And she told me what was happening on the 3-day train trip to Reno. But, I'm sorry I missed my father, but the 3-day trip to Reno was absolutely wonderful.
It took years and her own divorce to finally ditch the white gloves of high society and live life her way.
And got in my car and drove west. And that's literally what it was. I didn't have any money. I didn't know where I was going. And I lucked out all the way along the way.
Also along the way, she married cowboy Tex Serpa and had 2 daughters, divorced again, and discovered her calling.
I needed to make money. And so I went to these junior rodeos with friends of mine here that I'd gotten to know whose kids were riding. And nobody was taking pictures.
Parents snapped up the pictures as fast as she could take them. At 75 cents a piece, she was in business.
Watch the feet. Timing is everything.
But it was the cowboys who made Serpa famous.
They were really good to me. There were a lot of guys that resented my being there. On the other hand, gradually they knew I wasn't going to be any threat to them, and if they were nice to me, I'd get good pictures. So they protected me. There was a wonderful Protect Louise Serpa Society going with it. This was an old bull riding friend of mine I hadn't seen forever, and I just looked down the chutes. This is behind the chutes in Tucson. And here was his face, sort of ravaged, you know, and sad. And he had to be remembering all the years when he was on top before this happened to his hands and everything, and when he was top of his game. And it's hard to go back.
There's a story behind every frame of the 9,600 rolls of film she shot, all of them headed to the Cowboy Hall of Fame.
And I love this one because I know all the guys that are on the ground, but looking at the faces, those were in the days when I was dumb enough and agile enough to lie on my stomach in the arena and shoot up because it's such a wonderful angle.
She may not be able to dodge and roll any longer, but she can't stay away either.
I can't imagine not going. I never asked my oncologist this year whether I would be allowed to shoot. I just went, and went as long as I could.
The rodeo just wouldn't be the same without Louise Serpa, and Louise Serpa would not be the same without the rodeo.
The thing that meant more to me in the year that I was Grand Marshal, when they put me in a wagon and took me around the arena as, you know, sort of the salute to the Grand Marshal, 5,000 people, I guess I was told, stood up on their feet and cheered. And I still lump up when I think about that. There were more friends of mine out there and children, I mean, of grandparents that I had shot. I had touched so many people's lives inadvertently that moment, I wish I'd had a recording of the cheers, but I will never forget that, ever, ever, ever. It was terrific. I'll tell you. I didn't think I was going to make it, but I did.
As Louise passes the torch to the next generation, her approach to life remains simple. Live it, love it.
Take care. Thank you.
It's like an 8-second ride.